Yeah. Okay, so I'm here with Kris Fox, Joey Cobbs, and Jason Enns. Joey, so you just recently this year took over as the Demolition team manager, or what's your official title?
Team manager for Demolition, and then also like staff photographer for Volume and Demolition.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that now? 6 months, maybe?
Something like that. Yeah, a couple months. Pretty
and then,
quick.
Kris, you're a new addition to the Demolition team as well, huh?
Yeah, I got put on a few months ago.
You've been kind of blowing up, let's be honest here. You're getting a lot of attention. You had one web ed in particular that really kind of lit the internet on fire. How'd that one come about? How did you go about filming that and stuff?
I don't know. I just, at the time, I was just kind of riding for SE, and I just kind of wanted to put some content out for them, so I just asked Dylan Full if he wanted to just do an edit, and those were all kind of things that I had on my mind for a while. They were all local parks of mine, and like that fence jump and things like that were just stuff that I had on my mind. So whenever I went into it, it was just kind of like, this is what I want to do. And
could you have ever expected that it would get like 100,000 views on Vimeo and stuff like that?
Never. Never.
It was refreshing, like going that fast, no brakes, no pegs, and just seeing you like just steezing it out. Like it was very exciting,
Well,
even for me, I don't really like that kind of riding in general. It's not like my style, but so back to Demolition, Joey. What's going on with the Demolition parts line this year? You got anything you're excited about?
Right now we're working on the Trooper pedal. We have an aluminum version and a plastic version. The aluminum, it's a low profile design, low profile body. And we actually, because of that, we switched over to the bushing system so that you don't have any issues like blowing out bearings. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you have bearing issues on the thinner bodies. And so, we went to the bushing system. It's a machined chromoly spindle, and not machined, but a heat-treated chromoly spindle. And it's super sick. And then the plastic pedal, the plastic Trooper is designed around that, has a little bit bigger pin, so a little bit more grip. And we just came out with the machete tire. And this last year we did the signature seats with Market and with Doyle. And then we're going to try and do a couple more of those. And then, other than that, just travel around and focus on shop stops and just getting the team out and meeting people and just doing that.
Very nice. So you just got into town. You didn't actually get to do the Interbike thing last night? Or
no, I just got in this morning and got to go in the Interbike for like an hour this morning and just kind of look around the BMX section, which is a little bit smaller this year than it has been in previous years. But
how do you feel about like the health of the industry in general? Does it feel like Interbike is shrinking rapidly?
Well, it definitely got smaller this year, and it's for a shorter amount of time, which is new. But I don't know if that reflects how the industry is doing or not. I don't really know like what their motives are as far as planning Interbike or like how much time. I do feel like, before when it was more days that by the end of it, people are just wandering around and you can see it in a day anyways, there's a lot of stuff to see, but it's like people get in there and do what they need to do and go look at the stuff they want to look at. And then other than that, it's just like mingling. And then by the time the end of the week rolls around, you're all bored and ready to go, So I think maybe that's why they're cutting it down, but who knows? It would be cool to see more BMX companies, present, but I'm not sure why that is.
We're all here together.
Yeah, we're all here now, so who cares?
Kris, how many Interbikes have you been to?
This is fourth, maybe?
Oh, okay. So you're right down the street anyway, so it's not too far away. What's the worst thing you saw at Interbike?
Talk to me.
Everyone. Enns, keep it real.
I haven't had a chance to look at anything yet, but I mean, if you wander outside of the BMX section, it's endless.
It's like foreign territory.
It's pretty amazing that.
I like all the concept stuff that they're doing, all the funky weird shit that you could see. But
I like all the emails they send me. Like as soon as you sign up for Interbike, you just get 500 fucking emails about nothing I could ever be interested in.
It's pretty crazy to see like the stuff people make money off of, like how absurd some of it is, and you're just like, that's someone's business, They actually make a living doing that. To me is insane. Like,
the electric bike test driving downstairs is pretty cool. I don't know if just anybody can do it, but.
Kris, who's a better TM, Joey or Todd Lyons?
Dude, you can't put that on.
Put them in the hot seat.
Yeah, they're both rad. I'm stoked to be with them, both of them.
Yeah, let's tame it down. What's it like riding for Todd Lyons?
There you go.
Who do you think would win in a bunny hop contest, Joey or Todd Lyons?
Oh my God,
Todd Lyons.
He sprocket stalled the wall. It's
Yeah,
high.
he had a hop. He's got a hop, that one.
Dude, riding for Todd Lyons is sick. Like, and I've looked up to Todd Lyons, childhood hero.
The SC team manager and
Yeah.
freestyle god.
He was one of the original street dudes, you know, like back in the day. He did. Everyone looked up to him.
Yeah, and like going over to his house and stuff, he has so much memorabilia at his house, and like just walking around his garage and looking at like all of his old Huffy stuff and things like that is so sick, dude.
Has he still got any Jinkos in the stash? Like, go over and borrow?
No, I came
right?
across an old box of his old Jinko playing cards, and those were pretty sick. Yeah, I stole a couple of
Oh
those.
my god, we got to do the Todd Lyons house check.
You have to, dude. His house is rad, and it's just getting all redone now, so he's gonna be stoked to have people over and show it off.
I remember that photo of him like at X Games like a long time ago doing like hand plant over a rail. Did you ever see that?
South Padre Island, Texas.
It's like a hip rail or something.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, over a rail like
Yeah.
a long
I
time
remember
ago.
the Jinko ad where he destroys his wheel like hopping over a friggin' porta potty, right? Yeah, we can all imagine that.
Yeah, that was.
The wild man.
Who would you rather film a split edit with, Jason Enns or Big Daddy?
That's right.
Dude, Jason, you're a legend, man. It would be
Put him
an
on the
honor,
spot
just-
good.
Yeah,
But
but
you-
Pat's a legend in his own way too.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's
Pat-
definitely a character.
Pat was
cool
like
guy.
one of the original dudes too. I remember Jerry Bagley's like, "Yo, you gotta see this dude coming out." Like,
Yeah, that's
he's doing backwards Derek Dusters
Yeah.
down rails, and this was like 12 years ago, you know. So
yeah. He's a man, and being able to travel with him too. It's so fun to
Yeah,
travel.
what's it
with
like?
him. It's like watching TV the entire
Yeah.
time. It's always like constant TV. Like you're never bored in the airport. You're never bored in the car. It's always something.
You've had a split edit with him already, kind of, right?
Yeah, I
You
did.
a little
I did
trivia
one.
about it.
Yeah, I did one. I wasn't even planning on riding that day, and he was like doing something for something, and I was just kind of sitting there watching him, and then started riding with him, and it just turned into
pretty sure he is the first one to tail whip to ice pick down a rail.
Yeah, that's recent too.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was gnarly.
Yeah, he still kills it. And yeah, I always feel like Big Daddy will never get the credit he deserves as being actually an amazing rider.
It's like his personality kind of shadows
Yeah,
his ride,
dude,
or like
That's what I
puts
was
his
saying. Like
riding in
the
shadow.
stuff he does, like, is insanely
Yeah.
hard. You know, like
Seriously.
you ain't gonna see no one else one-handed ice pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one-handed ice pick.
Like that is insane.
Dude, riding with
Like
him
manual
one-on-one
too.
too.
Yeah.
Like whenever you ride with him one-on-one, like he'll seriously put in like a serious session and does the gnarliest stuff, like over a box jump,
Yeah.
over a rail, quarter pipe, whatever. Like he has moves on everything, and it's fun to watch, man. He really is good.
You know, he just calls me come up. Like, hey, come up, come up.
Yeah, dude.
Nobody else has ever called me that.
Has he ever called you Adam? Did you-
I don't think. I think it's like, you know, he has these ongoing jokes where he acts like he doesn't know anything. He like refuses to admit that he knows my name. One time he said on Road Fools, he said, Garrett, if this was the '90s, you'd be Dave Mirra and I'd be Nyquist.
The best one-liners, dude. He has the best.
And just 180 Derek Duster to 180 out to manual to 180 bar off a curve
Yeah.
is like, who could even come close to
Show
that?
you post it.
Yeah,
that's
he's
fine.
good, man. He really
Oh,
is.
that's true.
All right, enough about Big Daddy and Todd Lyons, but is there anything else we need to touch on for Demolition going into 2013?
New video, I heard maybe.
New video.
Maybe
No, I didn't hear that.
yeah, he's
I fucking hope
he's
not.
starting rumors,
I
man.
hope not.
Yeah, there's always talks about DVDs, but those are a ton of work, and
Yeah.
you know, just focusing on trips, and we got Christian Regal putting together like a cool plastic peg set up with some hub guards, and he's he's grind guru, you
Yeah.
know, so he definitely has a lot of ideas on how a grind like hub guards should work, and you know what the do's and don'ts of plastic pegs are. So we're having him put together a whole little combo set with it.
Are you on the plastic bandwagon?
No, I like the metals. I
Really?
like the grind.
Wait,
And I don't mind. I mean, like, granted, I'm not doing the crazy stuff that people are doing these days, but like, I do just like that classic grinding feel, you know.
Yeah.
But I do see the benefit of plastic sometimes. Like,
It's like
well,
a
a lot
cheat
of
code.
times, you know.
It's a cheat code. The first time you put it on, you do an ice pick, and you're like, wow.
It's great for shooting photos though,
Should be
because
riding
like,
around a horse and buggy then too, you know. keep it real.
so
Fuck.
we do,
Yeah,
you're talking to me.
cars are cheating.
But
You don't like the way it feels to grind, like
Not really.
No.
I got over that real quick. You know?
I hate friction.
that's okay.
I hate friction. Chris, if you had you ever ride pegs?
I've never rode pegs in my life.
It just feels unnatural.
Well, no, I ride really unnatural. Like I'm really front-footed on everything. So I take it back. I was like 14, but I put pegs on for a day and I run them on my back foot and my heel clicks on it. And it's no excuse because plenty of people run 4 pegs or 2 pegs on their opposite side. But I just don't like that feeling on my heel clicking. So I just
You ever do a heel clicker?
Honestly, I've done a heel clicker. That was actually my go-to trick whenever I was.
He's from the 909. Everyone's done them.
That's a requirement.
That's like
in order to be a resident.
It's like when you grow up anywhere else, the first trick's tail whip. You grow up in the 909. It's a heel clicker.
I used to do heel clickers like
they call them flying W's out there.
Who's the greatest Riverside rider of all time?
Oh man,
Dang.
that's a rough one. I got
Byron Anderson, maybe.
Wait,
Did he live in Riverside?
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
for
he
a long
did.
ass time. Yeah.
I gotta pay tribute to the late Thomas Hancock. I know he's
Rest in peace,
I know he's kind of bouncing around between Arizona and all that, but yeah, he was one of my favorite guys to watch. I owe a lot to kind of like my riding style through him too. So.
Enns, what's the best trick you ever did over a box jump?
I did a double bar spin once too. Just like
Bullshit.
What
not
year
even
are we talking?
catch, not even catch.
Just letting them fly?
Yeah, let them fly. You know, I won a box jump contest. If you believe that or not?
With the double bar?
Yeah, I did 720 double bar. Table 3. We did 3 jumps.
What year are we talking?
We're talking 97.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And I won I just moved to Vancouver. I won like $300. I was on top of the world. I felt like I was good for the year with that much money, you know.
Best spine trick of all time.
My favorite trick that I love the 362
Yeah,
switch.
I think a
handle.
lot of people
love
say that one. Yeah.
I love that trick, you know, but
The over X up.
yeah,
that's
that
real sick.
yeah.
How do you feel about will you ever have a video part again with a mini ramp montage?
I feel like that.
Like in Criminal Mischief, had a very epic mini ramp montage.
I feel like that would be bad for me because I think people think I did more than I did.
We'll get you in there with Harry Main.
Heroes and Madmen. Have you ever seen that one?
What?
You're in that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Heroes and Madmen. You have never seen that one?
Dude, I'm too young for that. I think. That's
Dude,
before
that's
my
an
time.
epic
Is that
section.
95?
He's got.
No, that was like 97, 98.
I started
Is
with
Asado
that.
in that one too, right? Or no?
No, he was in BMX Man.
BMX Man. No, in
BMX
BMX Man, Asado does ice pick to decade in.
Yeah, I always heard about it.
Yeah.
Never saw it. What's your best box jump trick of all time?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Nothing too exciting. Maybe.
You got a good one?
I might have-
Wait,
I
he said
got
maybe.
no. I think probably the most interesting, maybe like a no for the can at table was one I'd be stoked on.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
mean that's it's not like crazy, but it's cool.
Also, the inventor of the can jam. A lot of people don't know
Yes,
that.
a lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
And what else do
That's
people
it.
know about you?
That's it. Can jam.
Breakless
Oh shit! Get out of here.
On the cover of the Breakless Revolution article, so you're the one
Yeah,
to
that's
blame
my
for
claim to
BMX
fame.
just being ruined
Yeah.
over the past years,
Yeah,
right?
I'm the one to blame
Fucked
for all
up,
the breakless
man.
stuff. No, that was. I always consider. I think Troy McMurray and the Gons. I think pretty much were the breakless. The guys who led the breakless revolution. I think they're the
Troy
first
would
two
get
that I
to,
knew of.
Some of those early Flatlanders, but besides that, yeah, Troy and Gone.
Well, in Troy, I grew up riding, in Southern California, and Troy lived there for a long time, and so I got to see him ride a lot. He was like definitely my inspiration as far as breakless riding, and like I remember once at a van session, like he was the first person I saw actually do like breakless tricks. Like he went up and did like a pedal pressure tail tap on the ramp.
Bar
and, like,
tail tap.
Well,
Yeah.
no, dude, he did the tail tap, right? And I remember sitting right there and freaking out, like, holy shit, he just did a tail tap with this pedal pressure. And then, like, he rolled the other side of the park, came back in the same run, like, and I was still just reeling from what I just saw. And he came back and threw bar spin to tail tap on the quarter,
It
and
was
I just
so
like
shocking,
lost my
right?
mind.
I couldn't believe it at the time.
Well, and like no
That's
one
possible.
did that. He was
Yeah.
like I mean, Gons did sick stuff, but like this involved, breakless.
You
know
have
what
to
I mean?
actually catch it good enough to do the tail tap.
Well, and
that
like
seemed
you wouldn't
insane.
do that sort of a trick with brakes, like that was sort of a brakeless style trick, which then just being brakeless period was like uncommon. So the trick was crazy, and then the bar spin.
As long as we're talking old shit, Joe, you still feel like you're living in the shadow of being like the original Brian Castillo Wonderkin? The protege?
No, I don't know. I don't ever feel like I was a Brian Castillo protege. I just was some Grom kid that hung out at the warehouse, and I bribed my way in with a box of Cadbury eggs. That's a random fact that's actually true.
That's one of the Castillo foods that falls under the.
At least it used to be, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I'll give you a box of Cadbury eggs if you let me ride the ramps." And then, like, I knew him before that. This guy.
Oh, he's demolition too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, this
This
is
guy.
What's up?
you fucking sexy human being.
You're crazy. Tucker just crashed the fuck.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, we're talking about, we're making fun of Joey for fucking, you know, tricks he did 14 years ago. So, what's it like riding for Demolition?
Friggin' sweet.
Yeah, that's all.
Go to the East Coast, ride the best shows in the world. I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that.
Oh yeah.
That's another cool thing we're doing. Is like
What's
a
up, boss man?
all trails trip with
okay.
with Chris, Tucker, Doyle, Dennis, Ronnie Napolitan, and
Dilwad.
Dave Dilwad too, which is gonna be insane.
Yo, Hucker, if you had to describe Chris's riding as two animals fighting, what would the animals be?
A honey badger and a Tasmanian devil.
I'll take that.
That'd be a vicious fight.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
How would you describe
Mixed
this?
with a vicious polar
Two
bear.
riding?
Hucker's riding. Like a
Oh,
velociraptor fucking a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
I gotta walk around like this.
Whatever, dude. The best.
All right. Is that good? This is a good interview?
That works.
All right. Thank you, Hucker.
Yeah, brother. Try to crash it.
No, that was perfect.
See.
We mixed it up.